I just keep getting better and better.
How much money do you want to be making?
$1.
Really think about that.
$1.
What kind of level of income is going to set you free?
$1.
TFW, your metroid becomes super.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
I first battled the Metroids on Planet 7. It was there that I foiled the plans of the space pirate leader, Mother Brain, to use the creatures to attack galactic civilization. I next fought the Metroids on their homeworld, SR-388. I completely eradicated them, except for a larva, which after hatching followed me like a confused child. I personally delivered it to the Galactic Research Station at Ceres so scientists can study its energy-producing qualities. The scientists' findings were astounding. They discovered that the powers of the Metroid might be harnessed for the good of civilization. Satisfied that all was well, I left the station to seek a new bounty to hunt. But I had hardly gone beyond the asteroid belt when I picked up a distress signal. Ceres Station was under attack. We are under fucking attack! I get. This is so scary. Space colony. Welcome back to Metroid Monday. It's Monday, we're playing Metroid Super. That's not what it's called. Super Metroid. That's the correct name order for this game. Everybody knows this one. Everybody loves to talk about this one. It invented video games. It's Metroid 3. Oh, you're right. Sorry, it's Metroid 3. They invented video games when they made this one. This was the first one. And I mean, honestly, like, having just played Metroid 1 and 2, it is kind of crazy. Like, the upgrade, like, graphically and narratively that this game offers. Like, this game, it's got like the dramatic title screen. It's got a dramatic intro. It has words in the intro, which the Metroid one did also have words in the intro, but it had like 2 sentences, like the intro. Very fancy. And there goes Rid. Emergency. Self-destruct sequence activated. Evacuate colony immediately. Is Metroid 3, Castlevania, FF7, Chrono Trigger, the 4 video games ever. Yeah, that's pretty much nailed it right on the head. That's the 4 video games that YouTubers always love and cherish. Lower game audio just a bit. So it was very quiet for a second, and now it got loud again. And the screen is tilting. What? It's crazy. It's crazy the stuff that's happening here in Ceres Space Station. Mode 7. We're out of here. We're going back to Planet 7. We're not done here. Ridley dang kidnapped our Metroid. Alright. So Super Metroid is one of the Metroid games, and by one of I mean the only Metroid game where you have a run button. So if you wanna move fast, you better be holding that thing down the whole time. I can't go down there. I'm too tall. Too tall to fit in that doorway. That's one of our new advancements is a run button. You're fake Metroid. You're not a fan of this game specifically with controls. Yeah, that's what I'm about to be complaining about. Is I think the controls of Super Metroid are quite bad. Like the run button stinks. It's so bad. I don't know why they made it. I don't know why they added a run button to Metroid. There's basically no reason to not just hold the run button down the entire time you're playing. And most of the time when I play this game, I do precisely that. I set up, like nowadays when I'm playing, I set it up either on an emulator. I'd set it up to just hold down that key using emulator tech, or if I'm playing console, I will at least set the run button to be like one of the shoulder buttons instead, so that it's easier to hold down. But I'm going default. Well, I don't actually know if this is default, but default enough controls. Like I'm keeping the run button as a face button the entire time, because this is the original. This is the intended developer experience, is that the entire time you're playing this game, you gotta be holding down one of your face buttons to run. And then also you gotta be holding down one of your face buttons to be charging your beam later when they add charging your beam as a button. But yeah. I think there are cool tricks in this game that are only in this game that I think are cool, and I like them, like jump morph that like keeps your momentum like that. That's something that's only in Super, and that's pretty cool, and I like that. No other game has that. It's just like a neat little schmoove you can do. But some of the other movement tech in this game, like, it's not interesting. Like, it's hard to do, but it's not like cool to do it. Like mock ball is really silly. But you know, that's spoilers. We'll get there when we get there. And then the wall jumps are cool. You know, I like the wall jumps well enough, but there are other parts of the jumping in this game that I don't like. For example, this game, and this is true of Metroid 1 and 2 as well, so they haven't, like, it is not like a new bad feature, but if you jump, there's no way to turn a non-spinning jump into a spin jump. You just have to land and try again, which is annoying. And it's extra annoying in this game because now you can only do a wall jump if you're spin jumping. Oh, can't go that way. And then we also still have 5 missiles to unlock a missile door. That's still in the mix. You felt like you were waiting for the moment the controls became good. Yeah, I know how that is. Got the map data. Now we can visualize anything. I can imagine anything. let's save our game. Would you like to save? Yes. Ouch. One, two, three, four, five. Give me my cool item. So pacifistic run with not killing Shack Tool and saving animals. I mean, we'll try our best. I like Shack Tool. I like animals. I don't like this animal. This is scary. This is a not animal. This is a thingy. Weird bird. The birdman of criteria. Yep. This guy's just here to jump scare original Metroid players. Seriously, yeah. And it is funny. I gotta give it to the devs. It was funny of them to do that. Bomb. Alright, we're going down the big diagonal zone. E. Nope, go up. There we go. What's in this room, eh? Ah, yes, that's right. Ooh, top 10 power-ups in Metroid. That's a pretty tough one. Let's see, my top 10 power-ups in Metroid. Well, number 1 is obviously the screw attack. That is the best power-up. Hands down. I don't think there's really any argument. It's the coolest power-up, it's the strongest power-up. And it has just a badass name and appearance. My number 2 power-up in Metroid is probably gonna be... Might be Plasma Beam. Plasma Beam's pretty cool. Number 3 upgrade. My number 3 power-up is Morph Ball. Morph Ball is very cool. Number 4 is Power Bomb. My number 5 upgrade is probably gonna be the gravity suit. Number 10 being able to shoot down. Number 6 upgrade is my number 6 upgrade is gonna be the Psychic Bomb from Metroid Prime 4. Because being able to pick up and throw bombs is like really, even if it doesn't actually do anything, it's like really cool, so I like that one. My number 7 is probably gonna be the Annihilator Beam from Prime 2, just because its name is so cool, how could you not like it? The Annihilator Beam. Number 8 is gonna be the Speed Booster Number 9 ability is the my number 9 power up is probably does the slide move from Metroid Dread count as a power-up? Because you, like, have it the whole game, right? I'm putting it as my number 9 anyways. And my number 10 power-up in Metroid is gonna be the, it's gonna be the charge beam, yeah. Alright, so that's my top 10. Anyways, check this out. I'm gonna first try this. I don't have enough missiles! I first tried it, I can't even open the door. Oh wait, I can go up here. There's cool stuff up here if I go up here. Please give me enough missiles to open this door. Come on. Okay, yeah, that's enough. Super missile. Give me that reserve tank. Is the reason the Chozo went extinct, their stupid missile locked door system, yeah. And they kept hiding things. They're hiding like 8 things in the same room, so like, oh, you know, that's enough to put in one room, right? No, actually, we're putting another thing back here, even more things back here. We are hoarding all of their super missiles and reserve tanks and missiles all in one spot. Now, how do I get back out again from here? I thought it was up there. Maybe it's over here. I'm gonna die over here. Oh, that's right. It's a crumbly block. That's how you get out. The Chozo loved Columbo. They're like, how many items should we hide in this room? And then the Gray Voice was like, just one more thing, sir. Now this is some classic Metroid right here. Shooting enemies, forever coming out of a pipe so you can refill all your items. So sad they didn't bring this back for Fusion. Yeah. Give me that map data. I love, like, the sound that a destructible block makes in this game. Damn, man, everything behind missile doors. Just to save, you gotta spend 5 missiles. Crazy stuff over here. So the thing is, like, I haven't played, like, regular Super Metroid in a like, I played it randomized a lot of times. And obviously I recently played, like, that ROM hack of it, X Fusion. It's a missile refill room, but I guess I can't refill supers. No, Ravenbeak has an arm cannon. He shoots arm beams and stuff. And I know this is like spoilers for a later game, but I know in Zero Mission, when you're in like the Zero suit part, those map terminals, they just like hook on to like the front of like Samus's like arm when she's in Zero suit and give her the data. So I don't think you necessarily need to like lock in with cannon. It's just that she happens to have a cannon to lock in with. That's another fun thing about this game's controls is the aim diagonally up button and the aim diagonally down button are two discrete buttons on the controller, which is very, very strange. I don't know why it's like that. Another save room. Okay. You can also use the D-pad to aim diagonally, but obviously if you do that, you're moving at the same time. Either you're moving forward. But if you want to aim in those directions while standing still, they're separate buttons, which is really funny. Oh, I need to blast those guys. Ah, I pressed the wrong aim button again. I'm pressing L because that's the diagonal aim button in Fusion. But in this game, that's aim downward, which is the less useful option. Alright. The controls in this game are genuinely tripping me up a little bit, even though I've played this like so many times. Alright, it's time for everyone's favorite guy. Yeah, I would say Fusion and Zero Mission both control like really well, and this game is like they made some strange decisions. But I think Fusion and Zero Mission are like the peak controls. Dread's not bad either, but Dread has a little too many buttons, I think. Because they just wanted to give you like a whole bunch of actions in that game. Ouch. Yeah, Metroid 2 is like fairly smooth for a Game Boy game. The thing about Dread's control scheme that really gets me is like having to click in the joystick to activate Speed Booster is like so... it feels wrong. Like, I don't know. Not a fan of that one. green missile. We love green missile. Open. Ah. Missile. Having motion as a command. Oh yeah, having roll as a motion command in Donkey Kong Country Returns. I never played that one myself, but I can see why. Like that one, it makes sense to me. Yeah, just like a quick shake acting as a button. I think it's, you know, underrated. Yeah, Galaxy, you shake to spin, trying to jump and spin with 2 buttons. Yeah, it would have been very bad if you had to, like, if the spin button was a separate button. Ouch. Alright, yeah, so now I have the charge beam, so it's optimal for me to be holding down 2 buttons and then also trying to press a 3rd button to jump. It's like they want you to be on some claw maneuvers in this game. Like my jump button, like I don't have like an input display, but the jump button on my controller is like the right face button, and shoot is the left one. So run is on the right and shoot is on the left. So if I want to run forward while also charging my charge beam, I need to stretch my thumb across both of those 2 buttons. And then if I want to jump while doing that, I need to like then bonk the bottom of the 4 face buttons. It's like, it's not good. Crab gaming. They don't give any reason why Samus loses her powers in the first 3 games, right? Nah, they don't really mention it at all. She just kind of does. Metroid Prime was the first game to like actually explain the missing powers. And then other games were like, oh, we should probably do that. Well, I guess Fusion also does it at the same time. Both of them also released and had that as a thing. They're brothers. They released at the same time. Fusion's reason was way better than Prime's arguably. Yeah, definitely. Fusion's reason actually like checks out in the story, whereas Prime's is just like, yeah. I mean, we gotta get rid of her powers somehow, right? She got bonked real hard and electrocuted in an elevator. Do any of the other ones make sense besides Fusion's? From the other games. I think Dread's makes sense. And none of the other ones really. But Dread, that one makes sense. I think. Anyways, we've picked up the Spazer Beam. So now we can spaze. Yeah, other M's make sense, it's just stupid, that's true. awesome tube. Check out that tube. We love tubes here. Wow. Look at that big scary structure. That could be anything. Oh yeah, Prime 2's is also pretty good. Like they get stolen by the guys, and then you have to like win them back. Prime 3's also, yeah, that was like the intro of that game has you get like your shit whacked by Dark Samus, and they have to like build you a new suit. Energy tank. Ouch. Excuse me, fella. Just gonna squeeze right by you there. Give me these high jumping boots. Look at that, so big of jump. Yeah, I have no idea what Prime Hunters is about. We'll find out in, you know, a couple weeks probably. Cause I am gonna play it. Okay, I got the enemy. You don't think Prime Hunters has moves? Probably not. It's like a PvP game, right? I can't imagine they have, like, item progression in it. Oh wow, we can make this big jump up into this scary thingy. Open up. Ow, bonked my head on it. I have to remember that R is the aim up button, and not L, which is what it should be. That's power bombs, okay. This is a save room. I'll take it. Ooh, he's shooting I-beams at me. Oh, look at these spikes. Oh, it's Kraid. Goodbye, Kraid. Whoops. A health recharger. A missile recharger. The ominous music playing? I'm sure there's nothing bad in the next room. You're not looking too good, buddy. You doing alright? Ominous eyeball door. Could mean nothing. It's he's large. He's so large. Open your mouth. I missed my jump again. If only I could have been holding the run button at the same time and not have been confused with the buttons. Got him. Easy. It's interesting how like Cray is considered the most iconic enemy after Ridley, and he was only in 2 games until recently in Smash. Yeah. It's you know, Metroid 1, Super Metroid, which is basically a Metroid 1 remake, and then Zero Mission, which is a Metroid 1 remake. And then that was pretty much radio silence from Cray last time we heard of him. And then he showed up in Dread. Anyways, we got the Varaya suit now. We're so variable. I think I think you guys are probably already aware of this, but I think it's a fun localization fun fact is that the Varia suit, its name was supposed to be the barrier suit, and they just didn't translate that properly, and they just stuck with it because it sounded cooler. And I think that's the correct choice to have made, because it does sound cool. But as a result, it has, because Varia is not a real word, it has ended up creating the accidental fandom war of how do you pronounce it? Is it Varia or is it Varia? Obviously, correct answer is Varia, but I say Varia just because I think it sounds funnier to say it that way. And it bothers people. Some people get really mad if you say it that way, so I say it that way to make them mad. I think basically any time there's like a fandom that's like, if there's a word where the pronunciation is not like clear, and the fandom is like in a tizzy over which one that you should say, I tend to pick whichever one makes people more mad on average. For example, I'm a person who says Arceus instead of Arceus because it makes the Arceus people really mad if you say Arceus. Although that one I kind of like flip-flop. Cause I used to say I used to say Arceus 100% of the time. So like sometimes I like say it just by default, like by off of instinct I'll just say Arceus. But a lot of the time I'm a Arceus lady. Ow. Oh look, they got the evil Kingdras are back. Everyone's favorite enemy, the evil Kingdra. Which means I can put him on my thumbnail again. The thing about it is, like, Pokemon names are all fake as hell, and most of them are, like, based on real words, but they're not pronounced like those words a lot of the time. So it's like, kind of hard to, like, ever really get a good read on them. Like, you could say, oh, you know, Arceus is, oh, you should pronounce it this way because, you know, it's based on, like, whatever word. Like, this or that word. But the thing is, like, a lot of the time, that's not really how the Pokemon are meant to be said anyway. So it's like, if you take, for example, like, a Pokemon like Arcanine is a Pokemon where its word origin is quite clear. It's arcane and canine, but no one ever calls it Arcanine because it sounds bad. Everyone says Arcanine. And so, you know, sometimes those words, like, you can't really use those as a base. Yeah. A Charmander, a charming salamander. But, you know. It's tough. Pokemon pronunciation is tough. And then sometimes it's based off, like, it's based off, like, words that are from a foreign language, but the people who are, like, translating, they, like, don't know or care, so they just, like, translate it weird. That is true. Arceus does have the thing where its name is the same in both. So the Japanese pronunciation would be like the correct one, in quotation marks. It's the more canon one. Although the Japanese pronunciation, if I remember correctly, is technically neither. If I remember it, it's Arushiish or Arushius. So it's not a hard C or a soft C, it's actually a SH sound. I know I can make this jump. Yeah, anyway, that's my pronunciation rant. Anyways, in chat, do you pronounce it Kyogre or Kyogre? Sound off, which one you think it is. While I try to do this wall jump for 12 years and screw it up 100 times. I think that's the way I want to do this. Oh yeah, that's the route. I was being stupid. Anyways, you may notice that I'm getting upgrades sort of out of order, and that maybe is hypocritical of me, because I was like, oh, I'm holding down the run button as the devs intended, but my counterpoint to that is that I don't remember what the intended upgrade order is supposed to be, so I'm just doing it in the way that I know how to do it. Which is this way. Is there anything in this room? I don't think so. Okay, no. Slow run challenge. Give me that missile. Slow run challenge, play a game with the most unoptimal route possible. I know people have done that for this game, I believe, and also I know they've done it for Metroid Fusion. They've done like 0% runs. Give me that W. What do you say, Jeffrey? What about W? Now my beam is wavy. Yeah, so like, but like, how do you judge a challenge like this? Sure, you're definitely supposed to use the grappling beam here, but you can just do a big jump, wall jump on this thing, and you can just get the wave beam. So like, do you technically need a grapple beam for that? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I just got speed booster, and then grapple beam, I'm pretty sure you need speed booster to get to it. Do they like expect you to like loop all the way around? And then come back to get wave beam? I don't know, man. Sad they removed each beam piece. Yeah. The beams finally stack, which is like crazy. No longer having picked up the wave beam do I have to now remove my spacer beam in exchange. It's like the people who throw fits about glitchless categories technically having glitches. What am I doing down here? I don't think I want to be here yet. I don't remember. Is this fake lava or is this real lava? This is real lava. They have real lava in this game. I think they stopped doing fake lava in this one. We try playing Pokemon Red glitchless. Yeah, good luck, buddy. Ouch, ouch. Like, it just happens. I like this weird little obstacle of this, like, door rising up and down. Ouch. Alright, enough getting sidetracked doing little bonus quests. We gotta move forward this way. Ow. this way has a power up, so I'll go this way first and then I'll continue. Yeah. Give that missile. Walking seahorse. The walking seahorse is quite strange when you really think about it. They're not supposed to be doing that. They couldn't. They wouldn't. A wooden gun. What's in this room? This is like one of the parts of the game that I like I get like a little mixed up around here. This is like a shortcut back to earlier. Yeah. And it has a save room. That's nice. Top 10 seahorse facts. You can give it to bug facts if you run out. Okay, my top 10 seahorse facts. Number 1. They are named the seahorse after a Greek mythological creature, the hippocampus, which is a more literal seahorse. That's fun fact number 1. Fun seahorse fact number 2. The leafy sea dragon has natural camouflage that helps it blend in to kelp forests and the like. Seahorse fact number 3. There's a region of the human brain that is named the hippocampus because it resembles a seahorse in shape. Seahorse fact number 4. Seahorses swim very, very slowly. They're not good at it. That's the ice beam. Seahorse fun fact number 6. Wait, did I just say 5 or 4? Should I skip a seahorse fact? I don't want to scam you out of your whole top 10. Did I say 5 or 4? I'm waiting patiently. I think I skipped one but also wasn't paying attention. Okay, well. Seahorse fun fact number 5. Seahorses are I mean, this is like the boring fact that everyone knows, but seahorses men carry the children to term. That's seahorse fact number 5. Fun fact number 5. How do I get out of this room? It's like to go up here. Oh, I don't have spring ball. That's annoying. Don't I freeze the eels? I think I go up here. Yeah, there it is. I figured it out. Seahorse fact number 6. Seahorses do not have teeth. Seahorse fact number 7. Seahorses are not horses. And seahorse fact number 8 is that seahorses live in the sea. My number 9 seahorse fact is that seahorses can use their tail to grab on to stalks of foliage to anchor themselves in the ocean. And seahorse fact number 10 is that seahorses cannot walk on their legs because they don't have them. Thank you for listening to Top 10 Seahorse Facts by me. Don't have a clap emote. That's pretty good. Pretty close enough, I would say. What's through this door? That's a room where guys come out of the floor forever. That's cool. What's in this room? Ow. Oh, it's the Magman. I don't remember if that's its name or not. That's an unfortunate time that I freezed that guy. He became a suspicious shape. Ground is shaking in this room. Oh, this is the bottom of this room, I see. That's why the lava rose. What? I don't understand the geometry of this place. I clearly, like, don't remember this at all. It's like, in my brain, this big room appeared like the big green room that I was doing wall jumps in. It goes down and then it just immediately you fight Crocomire. I don't know what any of this in between is. They like invented new stuff. This is Ridley's lair. What? How did I get here? Where's Crocomire? Where's my guy Crocomire? Did I accidentally skip Grapple Beam too? Where'd you get Grapple Beam? Isn't it in Norfair? This is how you can tell that I've been playing this game mainly as a randomizer, because I remember how to do the tricks, but I don't remember where items are. Like, don't remember the correct route to actually take. I just know how to do, like, flips and tricks. Like, I don't know, there's something somewhere. Ouch. Is this where Crocomire is? No. This is where he lives. I'm like 90% certain. I know this room. What is this? Is this a save room? It is. Okay. Oops. This is the better aspect of Zelda Randos. Most of the key items in vanilla are always in obvious spots like dungeons. Yeah. I do think the key items in Super Metroid are like, some of them are in obvious spots, like after boss fights, but other ones are like, they're just kind of in a random corner of the map and you gotta just remember how to get there. Like Spring Ball. Anyways, it's Crocomire. He's so scary. Ah. Did you know that this guy's noises, and in fact every boss noise in this game, is just a stolen Godzilla noise? That's a fun fact for you. Not like Godzilla specifically, but they are all monsters from... They're all monsters noises from like kaiju movies. It's very funny. Like I don't remember who specifically they all are. I think I think this is like Pinguirus noises maybe? I don't know. But it's very funny. They're like, oh, what noise do we give to these big dragons and dinosaurs and stuff? Oh, I got an idea. Let's just steal the noises from these big dragons and dinosaurs and stuff. No one will ever know. And then people knew. And then Crocomire invented Dry Bowser like 10 years before they did Dry Bowser. Yeah. Did that wrong. Shine spark directly into the ceiling for no reason. Ow. 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 I think it's very funny that these rooms have like platforming challenges in them, but if you get a running start with high jump boots, you can just go so high up and ignore like most of the platforming challenges in this game. It's crazy. Anyways, we got the power bombs now, so we can do basically anything. Save my game. Ouch. Can't go that way. Oh right, I think grappling beam is down here. I think grappling beam is the prize we get for beating Crocomire. Ouch. Ouch. Youch. Who's the fourth guy you're supposed to be? It's Fantoon, Kraid, Ridley, and Dragon. Crocomire is not one of them. Crocomire is just an unrelated guy who lives in Norfair and has boss music. Nobody remembers Dragon. Yeah. You could like turn him into like a super powered up mode with like metal stuff, and the only thing people would say is, why did you make this boss so annoying? This is not designed well. Anyways, speaking of big freaking jumps, look at that jump. What's that from? That's from Metroid X Fusion. It had the Mecha Dragon. It was like their one of their few original bosses, and it like sucked. It was absolute chips. A grappling beam. Give me that grappling beam. Now I'm gonna leave, because I think this room has other stuff in it that I can also get if I do a big jump. Yeah, they also had weird Kraid, which was not bad, just weird. And Kraid. Give me that missile. And also, this just takes you down. Okay. Alley-oop. Oh, I missed the jump. Let's try that one again. Alley-oop. Alright, let's get out of here. I like that all of these rooms are like, oh, you need to learn how to use the grapple beam. Try jumping over this tiny gap. No. I don't actually need to do that. I can just jump. This one I do need to, though, because I don't have a gravity suit yet. So I do need to actually listen to them and use the grappling beam. And now that we have both missiles and the power bomb and the grappling beam, now we get into one of the other control issues with this game, which is that the weapon select button also stinks. It's like, there are too many options, and too many of them are not necessary at any given time. If you wanna, like, you have to, like, cycle through all of them. And it's very annoying. Although you can they at least had a cancel button that instantly takes you back to your default beam if you press it. But, like, it really should not have had this, like, weird toggle menu. The later games handle it much better. Alright, and with that, I think we've gotten everything that we can get out of Norfair that isn't part of Ridley's lair, so let's head on out of here. Let's mosey. Ow. Missiles. Oh, I missed. Let's go. Moving on up. I mean, I could explode this tube if I wanted to, but I don't want to. That's another funny thing I forgot about the controls in this game. Is I mentioned how aim up diagonal and aim down diagonal are two different buttons. If you press both at once, you aim straight up, which is really interesting. Because that one you don't need a button for. You can just press up on the controller. And you can't move while you're doing it. Which is, like, weird, because that's, like, the one thing it's like, oh, like, the benefit is, like, you can keep your aim consistent while moving, but if you press both aim buttons to aim up, like, it could be useful to, like, be able to aim straight up and run, but you can't do that. It locks you in place and you aim straight up. Which is, like, counterproductive. Open up. Ouch. These rooms have an interesting gimmick. There's like 3 or 4 rooms in this game that have this thing where it's like there are little fireflies floating about, and if any of them die, the room gets like progressively darker until you can't see anything. Anyways, if you thought toggling through all those options were bad, here's a 5th option that goes on your top bar, the X-ray scope, which instead of shooting like a beam, you hold down the run button and you look through your X-ray scope and you scan everything. And this item never came back. They've brought back similar things, but they have found way better ways to do this every other time. Yeah, and also generally not super useful. Like, there are times where the X-ray scope is very useful, and then there's sometimes where it's like, you know, this item could have been a power bomb. Clean exit. Ouch. Ow. Let me out. What's down here? What's the reason for it? I don't even... Ah, power bombs, I see. Right. I think this is like... That might be where you're supposed to get power bombs for the first time. I actually don't remember. Ooh. Nope. Don't eat me. I like these little guys that are like crawling around out of their shed skin. I feel like they like don't show up at all in this game, which is interesting because they have like a lot of relevance in Fusion and also like a decent amount of relevance in other end as well. If I So this is one example where you can, the X-ray scope shows you like, oh, you can go down there, and this is all like power bomb breakable. There's more power bombs down here. And there's like this one's kind of neat because you get over here and you use the power bomb, you like break the whole bridge, and then it makes getting back out of the room tougher because now these guys could attack you. Well, theoretically they could. They were like slow as balls and didn't actually do anything. But you know, in theory, it would have made exiting that room more difficult. The gate. And now we're back on the surface. And we're in another tube. Lovely tube. Get me in here. Refill all my stuff. One thing that I kind of don't like, a lot of people, a lot of like game streamers like hype up this one. It's like, oh, it's so cool you come back to the surface and like the music is gone, or the music is replaced with like Samus's like heroic theme, and that part's cool, but the fact that the rain and thunderstorm is gone is like such a loss to me. Like this zone has no swag when you remove those bits. I don't know why they took out the rain and the thunderstorm. It's like that's like the cool part of this zone is that it has rain and like it has weather. It's on the surface. Like it's cool that it has weather, but they just take it out. I think it should keep having weather. You can bring in the heroic music, but keep the weather. It's cool. That's one thing that's Metroid Prime does right, is that it doesn't stop raining in the Talon 4 overworld. Those guys, they played Super Metroid and they were like, you know what? It's dumb that it stops raining on Criteria. We'll make it rain the whole time in our version. And they were correct to do it. Ah, I got grabbed. E. Give me that energy tank. Having these blocks only break with morph ball is quite annoying. Also, one thing that it is like unique to Super Metroid and not any other game is that Samus is 3 blocks tall in this game, which is like weird. She's 3 blocks tall standing, and then like 2 blocks tall crouching, and 1 block tall morph ball. Nope, I want wanted to go down the middle. I only got one of these two. These are the stupidest missile packs in the whole game, I think. Why'd they design them like this? You have to go through that whole gauntlet of like stupid jumps and horrible blocks that you have to bomb open, and then at the end you have to like land on a specific spot to try and get these things, and if you miss then you just have to go back and do it again. It's really obnoxious. I don't like those two at all. Ouch. But yeah, the fact that Samus is 3 blocks tall instead of 2 blocks makes going through that pathway so much more annoying than it needs to be. Like, it's not that big a deal, it's just kind of... Why is it like that? I don't think I can get up to that area yet, that's okay. It's bonus anyway. Zoom! Open up. Oh, I fell down. Tragic. Ah. Dang it. I think the grapple beam is another thing in this game that like is a cool idea that is not cool in this game yet. I think it is more cool in future games. Ah, dang it. Alright, gotta go back the long way. Look at that fish. Fish. Arguably, the coolest use of the grappling beam might be Super Smash Brothers. Ooh, spooky skull ghost. Scary. It's a cephalopod. So scary. Ah. Get blasted. Yeah, it's the guy from Other M. He's gonna show up. Something I do think is interesting about Fantoon is that if you shoot him with super missiles, he has a unique, like, pissed off attack that he does as, like, a punishment. Maybe I'll show that off. 'Cause I think it's a cool thing. Kind of ahead of its time. Yeah, if you shoot him with super missiles, he like goes up here and becomes invincible and like shoots you with a bunch of these big waves. I think that's cool. So if you've ever fought this guy and been like, hey, why does he keep using this stupid ass attack where he's invincible the whole time? It's because you're shooting him with too many super missiles. And then he goes. And then the wrecked ship comes back online because I guess he was keeping it turned off somehow through his presence. Go up. Look at all those bits. Yeah, there's 16 of them. Hey, Naran, how you doing? You're doing well. That's great to hear. I'm also doing fairly well. We just beat up a weird ghost, and now this wrecked ship is back online. It's quite an exciting time for everyone involved. Ow. Oh, look at the blood on these spikies. That's scary. You can't show that in a Nintendo game. Also, what purpose do these devices serve on the ship? Seems a bit odd. Yeah, this is our spiky torture death room on the spaceship. Every spaceship needs one of those. Does this really just take you out? Outside? Okay, there we go. I knew there was more to this place. There we go. When you bought your ship, the dealer said that room costs extra? Dang, so they splurged on that torture spikes room. This room also doesn't seem super productive. It's not standard, yeah. Makes sense. Ah, come on. Water physics. Oh. I didn't know those were gonna just start falling as soon as I landed on them. That's rude. Come on. The underwater physics without gravity suit are really just torturous. Get me out of here. E. It's an homage to the Kraid climb in the original game. Look at this guy, he's standing up. He's got some great legs. Scanning. Oh, that bit of him is fake, apparently. Oh, and his toes are also fake. This guy's got them fake toes. Alright. Ouch. Ouch again. I forget, do I want to be going out here yet? Or I don't. Get these fishes out of my way. Come on. Okay, I don't think I can go this way just yet. I need to find a different item. Perhaps some sort of wetsuit that could help me navigate in the water. Gotta head back through the torture spiky room of gloom and doom. It is nice that this decrepit old ship save room still works. Apparently I gotta kill all the enemies in this room. Get blasted. Okay, do I want to go right or left first? Let's check to the right. Oh, this is this funny room with the robots. Excuse me, fella, I just gotta get right by you. You understand, you know, it's nothing personal. I don't want to shove you into these spiky little pitfalls, but I do need to get by you, you know. Alright. Nothing suspicious here. Ouch, ouch. Probably don't need to be missing these guys, because it looks like that it doesn't really speed the process up. Alright, let me just open those doors so they'll stay open, hopefully. Hello, little green fella. Where are you gonna take me to? Somewhere cool, I hope. The migration of the green floating platform fella. It's truly majestic. With their large platform-shaped heads and their blue ship booster legs. It's quite magical of the biology. Any minute now. Yeah, whatever. We're moving on. Here. Is that so? missile acquired. Didn't mean to go down here. Ow. Tiny little rhino beetle got me. I like this room. This is like such a weird little room where it's like a tiny cave contained inside of another room that like surrounds it on all four sides, so it looks super strange on the map. And then here's the awesome enemy that you can never interact with. They just like live up here, and for some reason they're like Samus colored. And they track your movement perfectly. This guy's so weird. What's its deal? We just don't know. Ooh, ouch. Oh, this Chozo statue doesn't have any items, but we can give it one. And he's gonna go bowling. Oh, actually, you were supposed to throw the ball. You're not supposed to keep walking this far into the alley. Sir, you need to stop. Sir, you're not supposed to walk this far into the bowling alley. Those are spikes, actually. Sir, you're going underground. It's a pretty lame bowling toss. Yeah, I agree. Let me see. What's in this room? Before I go on this like side, what's in the room you took me to? I think this is the item I want to get first. Yeah. All right. Gravity suit. Average bumpers user. Now I'm purple. I'm gravitified. And now I will go on this side quest for a bonus item. Just one real quick, bud. Got my missile. But that's not all. This guy is Power Bomb. Zoom! Oh. Well, that's rude. I said zoom! Give me that reserve tank. Alrighty. Let's get out of here. I could go that way to Meridia, but I don't really feel like it. Let's go this way to Brinstar instead. After a quick pit stop at my ship, of course. To refill. Save completed. Coming through. Gotta pass right by these crab enemies. Open up. Ow. I almost perfectly navved that room. Out of my way. I got places to be. Look at this tube. Pretty cool tube, don't you think? Ow. I forgot that this was a super missile one-way. Let's hear your top 5 tubes of all time. I'll hang up and listen. I mean, honestly, the Meridia tube is definitely on the list for sure. It's up there. That said, I am about to explode it, but let's just take in how cool this tube is real quick. If this was in like an aquarium, that would be freaking awesome, don't you think? Like full glass sides, glass up. Probably go YouTube #1. I don't know. I don't know if that counts as a tube. I mean, the internet is a series of tubes, if you think about it. So maybe the internet is all 5 of my top 5 tubes. Hard to really say. It would be a sick aquarium tunnel. It would also probably not work, like, architecturally, to have, like, complete 360 surrounding of a glass tunnel. But I don't know. Maybe it could work. Aquariums are cool. #1 is the Lazy River Tube. That one sounds pretty cool. Lazy rivers are very awesome, indeed. Gotta heavy agree there. this part of Meridia is also one that I don't particularly remember all that well. But we'll see how I do. Floating on an inner tube, chilling, perhaps quaffing a root beer. That's what it's all about right there. Oops. I just super missiled that blue door for no reason. Okay, let's keep on heading this way and see what all the game has in store for us. I believe the answer is nothing, if I remember correctly, but, you know, only one way to find out. Gotta love how Meridia is like, oh yeah, we'll stop making water hinder your movements and add a new thing that hinders your movements instead in a different way that you're not used to. Get me out of this freaking sand, man. Get these enemies out. Why are these enemies able to attack me from, like, nowhere? Come on. Out. Get out. Get me out of here. There we go. They use 7 of the new 8 extra bits on new types of liquid that slows you down. Correct. Well, I can go up in that room. I don't know if I want to. But I'm pretty sure this is a dead end. Just gotta keep moving in the sand rooms. Ah. Well, that's a one-way crumble block? How the heck do I get up there? Get me out of here! Okay. Come on, out, out. Ten out of 10 game. This is like identical to shit I was doing in Metroid 1. Trying to get out of the lava so I could get that one E-Tank and Crates boss room. There we go! Ah, finally. Freaking finally. Get me up here. Ouch. Finally! And after that, now we're at the best part of the game. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I need to break this. Woohoo! Who's excited for Shack Tool, baby? Yeah! Look at him go. Yes! Yes! He's digging. He's so digging it. And he's doing flips and tricks on it. He's so cool. You've never seen such an awesome guy as this. And just when you think, oh, you missed the spot, nope, he's got it. He's got it all under control. Where did people find the name Shack Tool? I think it was like in a manual or like a game guide or something. Anyways, Shack Tool is of course guarding the best item of all time, the Spring Ball. An item so good that it was never a standalone item ever again. They just lumped it in with different item upgrades. I love that you can bounce these little snails around and they go like... Is this even needed? No! It is not. It is completely bonus. It just makes the game a little bit more convenient, and that's all it does. It might be necessary for 100%, but like... You can bomb jump in this game, and you can also mid-air morph in this game, so like... The use cases for Spring Ball are pretty limited. You could probably do a 99% run of this game where you get everything except Spring Ball. Wait. Pretty sure when you played this, you never saw Shack Tool. It's quite possible. Spring Ball, or as I call it, opening day. Yeah, let's play some Spring Ball, my friend. Alright, that door's locked. Can't go in there yet. What is the most useless Metroid power-up? It is probably gotta be... Probably Super Ice Shot from Metroid Prime 4. No one ever uses that. No one, I don't think a person on Earth has ever used that ability intentionally. Not Psychic Ice Shot, that's not real. They have Ice Shot, Charged Ice Shot, and Super Ice Shot. Those are all the real names of the upgrades. They also, of course, have Fire Shot, Charged Fire Shot, and Super Fire Shot. And also, I think it's Thunder Shot, Charged Thunder Shot, and Super Thunder Shot. That might be... I might have called those ones electric, I don't recall. Can I not go over here? Trying to remember how the heck you get to Dragon. There's not Psychic Ice Shot. Yeah, there is Psychic Boots, there's Psychic Bomb, there's Psychic Visor, there's Psychic Charge Shot, there's, actually, I think that one might be called Control Beam. That one they gave it a cool name. Yeah, that's just, you know, it's all, they're all a bunch of psychos. Psychic Boost Ball, Psychic Spider Ball, it's also the best power, correct. Control Beam is the coolest. It's one of, I don't even know if I want to say one of, I think it might be the only new thing in the video game. Liable to believe how cool the name is ties into the power. I mean, you know, it's hard to argue. Many of the cool items are the ones with cool names. But also, I think they all kind of have cool names too. How much can you really say? I'm going the wrong way. Almost certainly. I always get lost. Come on, TC, what about the motorcycle? Okay, they did add the motorcycle to Metroid Prime 4. That is the other new thing they added. I'll give them that one. They did put a motorcycle in there. Stupid. They should add a motorcycle to every Nintendo series. They're on track right now. It is weird that it's happened like multiple times. My conspiracy theory is still that when Metroid Prime 4 started development, they were trying to set it up to be in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with Samus on the motorcycle. And it was stuck in development hell so long that they just couldn't do it. And by the time Metroid Prime 4 was like ready to ship, they were already making Mario Kart World, which didn't have crossovers anymore. That's my theory. Yeah, Zelda added a motorcycle in Breath of the Wild's DLC, and then they put it into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Yeah, and then in Tears of the Kingdom, you can just make motorcycles. made it through. Told him I was living. Breath of the Wild's DLCs are really bad. I never bought it, but I am willing to believe you that it stinks. Cause like, all I know about it is that there's like a fifth divine beast and also a motorcycle. So, you know. Not exactly breaking the bank on originality there. Just one cutscene per champion and more trials. The first half was all quality of life updates. Bleh. Gutless. It doesn't? Why the hell not? That's crazy. I can't believe that. Ouch. What a shitload of fucking tea. That's crazy. Buy our $60 game, it's $70 this time, and you don't get the bonus stuff that made it a $90 game originally. Anyways, check out this awesome spin move. It's not. It's so bad. Ooh, did I just kill that guy? I didn't know you could kill those. In Metroid Fusion, those guys are like invincible. Here I am, doing everything I can. What is the purpose of this room? See, this is why I get the X-ray visor, because there are some weirdo rooms in this game. That it's like, I would never remember that there's just like a walk-through hole there. What? Where am I? That's so bonus. I did not need to come here at all. Did I see what on the Treehouse stream? I don't watch those, so no, I haven't. This room is like bait, right? Yeah, that's, there we go. Super Mario Wonder Switch 2 bullshit DLC bullshit is literally just multiplayer editions. That's crazy. They can't keep getting away with it. I'd like to save my game, please. I like how when the box shows up, the text box, the water disappears because they have to share the same layer effect. Alright, and then we gotta like fall down here. I'm pretty sure this is like the way to go. Or I'm stupid. We're gonna find out. It's one of two things. Okay, I think this is the way to go if you were doing a randomizer and you needed items, which I'm not, and I didn't. So, whoops. Whoops. Didn't need to come down here. This was bonus and a waste of time. Of course, they would repeat re-releasing Wii U ports with re-releasing Switch Gen 1 games for Switch 2 despite literally being backwards compatible. It's so crazy. I can't believe it. Like, I can believe it, but I can't believe it. Where do I even go down in this room? I know you can go down in this room, but... Here it is. Yeah, so I unfortunately pranked myself, so now I gotta climb back up there to that room again and then not do that. And instead actually progress the game. Ow. Come on, get me out of here. Ow. Why are you allowed to shoot me from off screen? That's not fair, man. Like, come on, man. Blame Fire Emblem for the DLC problem. Ow. I'm dying to death, bro. It was the first good Nintendo DLC and we just decided DLC was good afterward. Perhaps. I mean, if you ask me, I think the problem actually lies solely in the hands of Masahiro Sakurai and Super Smash Brothers. I think that game had good DLC, and more people actually cared about that one and were very excited to see announcements of DLC. Fire Emblem, like, sure, some of its DLC was probably good, but I don't even know which game you are talking about when you say it had good DLC, so I think it's probably Smash Bros. Fault. The Smash Bros. DLC isn't new. Yeah, but it was the first Nintendo game to do it. Like, to that big degree. It's not new story content? I guess not. I mean, if we're talking DLC with new story content, we're going back to StarCraft Brood War. Fire Emblem Awakening DLC fixed Awakening to give it a good ending, so it got everyone being like, this game needs DLC to fix this thing. Interesting. I don't think I ever was aware of that. I thought Awakening DLC just lets you, like, get bonus characters and stuff. I didn't know it had, like, that kind of level of thing. They give the future kids their own ending in the future. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. Ouch. so much better than the actual ending. I don't actually remember exactly how Fire Emblem Awakening ends, besides that you know, you fight Grima and then, you know, stuff happens. I don't actually recall much of the specifics besides that. Come on. There we go. Well, to be fair, those story seeds already existed without the DLC. The DLC just explained why those characters were there. Like, how they got there physically. But those guys, like, they were already in the base campaign of Conquest. Oh, come on. Do they ever give hints that they're the same character in base? I'm pretty sure it's, like, not subtle. I'm pretty sure Zebra and Odin have conversations where they, like, are not subtle about the fact that they already knew each other. I mean, I don't know. I didn't play Conquest, but I'm pretty sure that that is the case. Ouch. Actually, you know what? I need to farm up some energy. How would you guys care to get blasted in a row real quick? Where am I supposed to go again? We use DLC kind of sucks because there's a lot of old fighters. Yeah, I agree. I was like, when Smash 4's DLC was coming out, I was like very judgmental of it. When they were adding like, oh, we're bringing these old characters back, pay us like $3.99 for them. I was like, what the? No, I'm not paying you $4 for Marth, but Red. Are you crazy? Are you insane? You Marth is already in the game twice. You want me to buy a new, different Marth? And then Ultimate came out, and they were like, by the way, we added a fourth Marth. This one has Ike elements. The only one worth it would be Mewtwo, and he was free. Yeah. Yeah, like Lucas and Roy being DLC is like so crazy to me. Roy especially got me because it's like Roy is a character that nobody cares about. Like, I don't want to be like mean to Roy. He has his fans, but Roy had like such a following of like, oh, bring Roy back in Smash, and it's like if he was not in Melee, no one would be asking for him. You only want him back because he's a name you know. If they were like, oh, we're adding a new Fire Emblem character, what should it be? Nobody would be mainlining Roy as their first option in like, you know, in 2012 if he wasn't already in Melee. Hi, welcome. Welcome in. I'm complaining. What about Pichu? I also think Pichu is a silly one. I like Pichu personally, but I think Pichu is like really goofy. I could see people asking for Pichu as just like a skin Pikachu alongside like Raichu, because there's no reason they couldn't all just do the same thing anyway. Ah!
Wow.
Wow. Thank you. Should add every Pokemon into Smash. Yeah. Yeah, Super Smash Bros. 7 is gonna be the exact same roster as Ultimate, but every character has like 9 new alt costumes that's just a Pokemon. The moveset doesn't change, they just look like that. Ouch. Like, you could play as Bayonetta, or you could play as Galarian Slowking, using Bayonetta's moveset. List 10 Pokemon and whose moveset they would get in this hypothetical Smash. Okay, well I just did one for you for free. Actually, Galarian Slowking would probably be Mega Man, and not Bayonetta. Bayonetta would be like Armor Rouge, I think. Or Slowbro, yeah. That's what I meant, not Slowking. Slowking has a hat. You're right. You're so right. Another Pokemon. We would get I'm trying to think of like literally any Pokemon that would be like a Smash character. They would add Gallade, and that would be Link. That's an easy one. Ouch. Zap. As a copy, an alternate skin for Bowser Jr. would be Revavroom. That's 3 that I've said so far, right? Alternate version of Ryu would be Sock. Alternate version of Pikachu would be Raichu. Let's see. Min Min would have Mega Barbarical. And let's see. Minecraft Steve would be Garganackle, that's an easy one. Let's see. Rillaboom would be Donkey Kong. Mario would be Cinderace. And you question that one? I'm just going because it's like he can shoot a fireball, you know? And Mario's moveset in Smash is mostly like jumps and kicks. And with a bit of fire in there. I mean, maybe he could be like a Blaziken or something instead. But I feel like, you know, he'd be one of those type of guy. So no Smash character who's all feet. I don't think there's anyone who like exclusively does kicks, you know. Hitmonchan would be Little Mac. And I think I've named 10 at this point, but I'll just keep going for fun. Give me that plasma beam. Charizard would be Ridley. Now Ridley is like Eternatus. Olimar would be Mousehold. What duo gets to be Ice Climbers? That's probably I'm gonna say Ice Climbers is both Indeedees. Yeah. Or they could be Plusle and Minun. That's my second offer. Secondary offer. For Illumis and Volbeat. Like, there's too many random duos of that nobody cares about. They love just making those. I'll take the deal. Hits red button and Howie Mandel shakes my hand. What if I did? What if we did Deal or No Deal for Mecha's birthday? How excited am I for the Indie Direct tomorrow? There's an Indie Direct tomorrow? I mean, that should tell you, right? Yeah. I don't know. It'll probably be cool. I won't watch it. But, you know, if something cool shows up and my friend links it in chat, then I'll look at whatever they link it. Alright, let's go say hi to my fourth friend, Ridley. Everyone's favorite guy. Which would be the fastest way to go? This would be it, correct? I believe. Is there any indie series or indie dev off the top of my head I'd want to see more from? I don't know. My answer up until recently was Koji Igarashi, but he is actually working on a new game, so I can't answer that. So my second answer is I don't know. Maybe that elusive Zune. I mean, I know he's always working on something. And also, he wouldn't be in a direct anyway. Yeah, I haven't played 20 yet. I have not. I meant to play it around last year, but I just never got around to buying it. He's like whatever is underneath indie games. Yeah, he's below. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next game from Daisuke Amaya. Which actually, I think he is also working on a new thing, so I probably can't answer that one either. Yeah, like, I don't know. There aren't too many indie devs that I'm like, oh, I'm like a fan of their work, and it's like, they're not already either working on something else, or they just like, are making like, copycat stuff. Basically, like, I don't think there's any indie devs that I follow that would show up in a indie direct tomorrow, is what I'm saying. Not excited for the 79th release of Shovel Knight. Like, but they're already working on a new thing, and they've been already working on a new thing for like several years. Look at my golden statue. Yeah, the seahorses, they're awesome. They can walk on their two legs in this game, which is not normal. Seahorses don't do that. Ouch. Maybe this is why the lava recedes in twos, because there are secret golden statues. I could believe it. Speaking of secret golden statues, let's check out this fella. He didn't like that I lowered the lava. He's like, why the hell did you do that, Sims? I thought we were like chill. I think he's like the only boss in this game that you're like, you basically have to use charge beam for, because he starts dodging your missiles, and if you like shoot supers at him, he'll like catch them and like throw them back like that. Which is pretty cool. I guess if you spam that, you can't catch all of them. If you like shoot missiles at him, he like sidesteps them like that. Anyways, get obliterated, pal. I'm gonna go up here and steal your stuff. Oh no, it all disappeared, damn. Give me your super missiles, old man. The Metroid stole the power of that Chozo statue. Yeah. Give me that screw attack. Yeah, baby. The #1 coolest upgrade. Voted unanimously coolest Metroid upgrade. All years running. .com. It's a pretty good .com, so I've heard. I think I've been to the screwattack.com. I don't know. The thing is, like, I always get it confused with something awful because they're both old nerd forum groups that are abbreviated SA, and I don't remember which the difference is. Which is also a horrible abbreviation. I don't know why either of them would have picked that intentionally. Is this the right way? I don't think it is. I think I'm... I don't know. Yeah, I think this is like the way out where I'm going currently, which is not correct. You know what is also abbreviated to SA? Samus Aran. That's true. Samus Aran probably always includes her middle initial whenever she's writing her initials in something. Does she have a middle name? I assume she does. But I don't know. Maybe she doesn't. The thing is, like, Samus Aran, that's like an Irish name. So, like, she definitely has a middle name to protect against space fairies. Like, certainly. That's why we never learn it, because if we learned her full name, it could get stolen. Do any Nintendo characters have middle names? Yeah. Well, Yoshi at least has a middle initial. I don't know if we know his middle name, but isn't his full name is like Yoshisaurus T. Munchie or something? Let's see. Aside from that, Captain Falcon also does. His full name is like Douglas J. Falcon, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's canon. I think it's like in the anime. Do your cool jump. I like that these guys' room has like 7 TV monitors in it. Do your awesome kung fu kick. Yeah, there you go. These guys are very funny that they do like these dive kicks, and so like the fandom joke is that since they're in this room with all these TVs, they just like spend all day watching like Jackie Chan movies, and that's why they're like doing cool kicks at you. He's all set for a college football Saturday. Yeah, he's getting the setup to watch all of the March Madness games at the same time. Which is something my older brother genuinely does, like at the start of March Madness. He'll get like 3 screens set up to watch like multiple games at once. He'll like set up his TV and then like a computer, like a laptop and then like an iPad next to each other, I think, to like watch a bunch of games. Very funny. There we go, got it. Now with the smart TVs, you can do the quad box too. That's pretty crazy to imagine. Okay, so most like pipe enemies, the pipe is like in the ground, right? So it's assumed there's like a nest down there. This platform is like 1 foot wide and floating over a pit of lava. Where are these guys coming from? Do we think there's just like a little teleportation platform inside the pipe? The Mushroom Kingdom. That's true. Can't pick it up. Well, I have enough resources. Sharp turns left into the background. That may be the case. We don't know. I think it's interesting that the eyeball doors in this game are more than just a door. They like extend out like into the rest of the environment too, which they never do in any of the other games. I feel like that's something that got sort of forgotten. Anyways, it's time for everyone's favorite guy who screams all day, night, and evening using stolen kaiju screams. Is Fusion's a kaiju Scream? I believe Fusion's is original, but I don't know for sure. I'm not a Ridley Scream expert. I just know that these ones are stolen from Godzilla movies. Yeah, this one's way less annoying than Fusion, for sure. Let me go. I'm out of missiles. Charge beam time. Yeah, it's the Fusion fight is like crazy. I mean, we'll see it again next week in its proper context. It's like crazy. Oh right, I forgot Charge Beam doesn't charge when you're doing spin jumps in this game. Because it's stupid. Let go. I've been shooting this guy with lukewarm, uncharged beams because I forgot they don't charge when you're doing spin jumps. I was using fusion tactics, but this is not. I will probably die as a result. Let me go. Dang it. Find the Metroid larva, try again. Alright, where am I? Where did I last save? I'm over here. Okay, it's not that far behind. It's unfortunate though. I was hoping I could get through this whole stream deathless, but it was not to be. We power bombing up in here. Come on, do your jump. Quit being like that. Quit throwing your stuff. There you go. That's one down. Oh, I missed. Hey bud, I'm right behind you. Gotcha. Alright. Oh, this is a perfect spot. Please forgive the spamming noises. Now I gotta fill up on missiles before I fight this bozo. Alright, looks like I'm full. Oh no, I can hold more supers apparently. Give me more super missile. It's needed badly. That's a power bomb. That's not a super missile. Alright, I guess I'm well and truly full up. Okay. Take two against the interplanetary purpley thorny dragon. Get blasted. Stop screaming so much, bro. It's not that big a deal. I'm just shooting you with 100 missiles. Literally, you're overreacting. It's just a prank, bro. Your Honor, it was just a prank. My client, Samus Aran, shot Ridley with 100 missiles because she, quote, thought it'd be a bit funny. It is a major overreaction on all accounts. So he turned more red. That's good for me, I think. Please perish. Give me. Oh, there we go. Got him. He done blowed up. Perish now! Oh. The Metroid isn't even in here, but there's E. Do love a good E in the afternoon. Alright, well, let's get out of here. See you later. Enjoy your 8 out of 10 Jackie Chan. Should have been using power bombs. That would have really showed Ridley who's boss. Save my game. Yes. I believe this is the way out. I like these weird boulders that are, I think, only in this room. Or maybe one other room. What's this way again? Missile. I'll take that. Might as well. I'll be having that. I think it's interesting that this game has lava that damages you even with the gravity suit on. I feel like that's kind of the whole point, is that you don't take lava damage with it, but you know. What do I know? I'm no lava expert. Most people aren't. Alright, let's go check out those golden statues of 4 idiots. And see how they like it now that there are 0 idiots. Actually, isn't there like a power-up in this room that I can grab? Or am I thinking of something else? I might as well check. Yeah, don't want to leave money on the table. I swear there's like one in this room. Like, in one of these little zones here. Yeah. Give me that. I love the noise that the screw attack makes. I like that it has like a wind up to it before it really starts going. I think Super Metroid might have the best sound effects in the Metroid series. Fusion has some good ones, but it also has some like really bad ones. Like the Ridley scream and the ice noise and the charge beam sound, the charge beam noise. Like none of those are really that great to listen to. get up to criteria. Which I guess the fastest would be this way? Yeah, probably. Oh. They want you to test your space jump skills. You're kidding me that you have to still shoot that open at the top. It's gonna be closed by the time I get back up. That's... okay. Hang on. I'm gonna use the rare turn off and upgrade option so that I don't obliterate these platforms out of existence. I also forgot that the beams don't all stack in this game. You can't stack spacer and plasma for whatever reason. They're incompatible. All the rest you can put together, but if you put those two together, it like explodes the video game. Alright, let's stop by the ship. Get a full reload on everything. And then we'll head back to over there. Yes. Zoom! Alright. Big golden statues. What do you got to say, huh? I like that they're all color-coded. And it further proves that Ridley is red in this game. Which is something I don't think I've talked about yet on Metroid Mondays. But Ridley's has a lot of different colors. If you are like a casual Metroid fan, you will think that Ridley is only purple. But Ridley is actually quite a lot of colors. It's funny. It's like Ridley in Smash Bros, he has like 8 color palettes, and all of them are canon to some piece of Metroid media. Like, I want them to reveal a plot twist that none of them relate to the same guy. That would be really funny. Like, in Metroid 1, he is like a saturated cartoon purple with like neon green wings, which is one of his Smash skins. In the manual for Metroid 1, he's like a dark blue, like an indigo color. In this game, he is like a sort of pinkish color, pinkish tan color. And on the box art, he's like a bright red. In other games, he is sometimes blue. Like in Fusion, he is like a bright blue. In other M, he's like a purple color. Like a reddish purple. In the Prime series, he's like a dark, very desaturated, like gray with like purple undertones, kinda. And he's also made of metal partly in that one. He's also yellow at one point in other M. I forgot about that, but you are probably correct. Get off of me. Oh, the chicken form. Yeah, he's like white. He's a little white baby. Oh, look at this Chozo. He's turned to dust and ash. That's crazy. All these enemies have been turned into nothing. Look at that side hopper. Look at that thing! It's a Metroid, but it's like super. That's crazy. And it doesn't get frozen by ice beam, guys. Yeah, it's got me. We're cooked. Ooh, there it goes. It stopped eating me. We're actually chill. Why didn't the baby become a beta? Because this was like established in it probably was also in the Metroid 2 manual, but I know Fusion at least establishes they only evolve in the environmental conditions of SR388. So that's why, like, you don't see betas and gammas in Metroid 1, and that's also why they don't turn into them in this game. Because Turian is like a laboratory setting. Explain the bottle ship. They don't turn into gammas in the bottle ship. They stay small. Right? Oh wait, no, one did become a queen. Well, my explanation for the bottle ship is that Other M is badly written. Yeah, but in Fusion they established that because... I mean, this is spoilers. But there's a reason they turn into them in Fusion, and not in this game. Alright, it's time. the awesome boss room where you gotta like explode these weird Seba-type walls. And there's the brain! The titular brain. It's not titular. The metroids are titular. Alright. Well, it's much easier in this game than it was in Metroid 1, I'll tell you that for sure. Get blasted. Wow, that's some real flashing lights right there, isn't it? Easy game, get owned, loser. Bam, 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 loser. What do you do? Get blasted. Did I ever find the animals? I never met them, no. I didn't go to the rooms where they show up, but I'll still save them anyway. I'll save them even though I've never met them, because I'm just a nice person. Ow. Ow. That's a concerning amount of damage. Oh, she's charging up. Scary. I'm getting rainbow blasted. I have reserve energy. Charging up again. Oh, but the titular Super Metroid is here. The conditions of the plant allowing Metroids to grow to use weapons they really shouldn't have been man-made. I kind of can agree, but also, like, I think it still makes sense even if they are man-made, because, like, the Chozo wouldn't have ever expected them to be used somewhere that wasn't the planet they were made on. Since they are a bioengineered species, it makes sense that they would be engineered specifically around SR388's conditions. But yeah, it's a bit weird. So rest in peace, the Super Metroid got exploded. And now I have the power of Rainbow Beam, with which to obliterate my enemies. Get freaking rainbowed, lady. Some mother you are, Brainiac. Yeah, well, I hope nothing bad happens in the next, like, 10 seconds. Uh-oh. Time bomb set. Escape immediately! Get me the hell out of here! Yeah, the message is definitely twisted. I think the problem is that the Metroid series wants Metroids to signify like 5 different things. And it's different per game what the Metroids are supposed to signify. And also, most of the games were written a decade apart from each other. So, like, it's really tough to get, like, a consistent theming there. It also does, ironically, mirror the Alien films in this way, which were the inspiration. Because they also have the same problem, where the xenomorph does not really signify anything anymore besides, hey, remember that thing from the 1980s that was pretty cool? We're gonna make another sequel that's gonna not make any sense with the existing themes. Give me up and outta. That tallway is so annoying if you don't have Shine Spark. If you don't hit that Shine Spark, I mean. Alright. I'm on a mission. Hello, animals. We are leaving. Get out of there! I don't know why you were in that room to begin with. Game shows the animals escaping in some escape pod. I think it's not an escape pod. I think they all hop on the back of the Dakara and it shine sparks off the planet. Here it is. There's the little dot. It left. So why did the time bomb in Metroid 1 not do this? Because the bomb wasn't as big. The first bomb was only meant to explode Turian as like a backup plan, but it didn't kill Samus. So the second time Metroid is like, the second time Mother Brain's like, alright, we're gonna make the bomb way bigger. Whole planet, no way Samus can get out of this one if she takes us down. Unfortunately, she did get out of that one still. You would think that dot wasn't important, but next week, you will find out that it would be a lie. Yeah, that's Super Troid. It's, pretty good. Some would say it's pretty good. And I would be someone. I think it's pretty good. I do have my gripes with it. As I've mentioned in the stream, I think some of the controls are a bit balls. Better than Metroid 2? I would say yes. I would say it is handily the best Metroid of the 3 that I've played so far. I don't think it's even close. Not to be mean to Metroid 1 and 2, but it's not even close. This game clears easily. It is, in fact, super. It is the most super of the Metroids. But yeah, this game is great. the graphics, I think, finally are like good in this one. Not that the graphics in the first two games are bad, but they are repetitive, and a lot of room designs are identical, which makes navigation difficult. This game finally could have like a fully realized world map with like very unique and different rooms, and also like more realistic feeling environments than the first two games. It's interesting that they never tried to remake this one. I think they are afraid, rightfully so, that they cannot touch this one. It would make people very mad if they change anything in a bad way. This is like, I don't remember where I heard this, but someone has once described Super Metroid as like the framed jersey hanging on in the rafters of like the gym or whatever. I'm definitely messing up this metaphor, but it's like that is your gold standard. You never touch this one. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they remade the Thousand Year Door, so I don't know. But like the difference there is like the Thousand Year Door is not like a mechanically rich game. And even then, people found a way to complain about the mechanics in the remake. So like they can't remake Super Metroid. They just can't. People were like, "Oh my god, the game runs at a different frame rate. Now super blocking is slightly different in a turn-based RPG. They can never remake Super Metroid because if even one trick doesn't work anymore, you lose. You lose. They can just keep re-releasing it forever, and it'll be fine. Don't fuck with this one. It's good. You know. Anyway. But yeah, Super Metroid's cool. I really like it. Is it my favorite? Probably not. But it certainly has earned its place in, discussion of the all-timers of video games. Top 5? I'd say it's probably top 5, yeah. Certainly in my top 5 Metroids. If I had to pick, I would say I think Fusion might be my number 1, or Dread. Both are really good. It's really tough to say. And then the Metroid Prime games are also really good, but they're on like a sort of different axis, which makes it hard to judge. But yeah, and Prime Pinball number 3, obviously. But yeah. Thank you for coming by for Metroid Monday. We will be back on this Wednesday, where I will be doing. It might be an art stream on this Wednesday. I'm not sure. But very likely it will be an art stream, or it might be something silly. But stay tuned for that. And then, of course, next Metroid Monday, we'll be playing Metroid 4, Metroid Fusion, which should be very exciting. And I've done Metroid Fusion on stream before, but whatever. We're doing the challenge, all of them in a row. We're doing it. So we're going to play Metroid Fusion next week. So, until then, have a great evening, have a great life. I'll see you. Oh, also, They didn't put the end in cursive on this game. Instead, it just says "See you next mission." They got rid of that. Rest in peace, cursive. The end. Okay, bye.